As of a few hours ago, it has been 1 year since I posted my first video to YouTube. Technically, I had posted a couple last January, but those were a couple of random old videos that I posted just to test out how uploading worked. But at almost midnight on February 5th last year, I posted the first video that I recorded for YouTube about how I had shot my chronograph with a .44 Magnum. The reason I started my YouTube channel was to better interact with and contribute to this community of shooters, reloaders, and bullet casters. I had learned and benefited a lot from several people's videos and from comments tied to those videos, and I wanted to do more than just watch. So, I started the Loads of Bacon channel and started posting videos, and I have had a ton of fun this last year interacting with all sorts of folks. I really like where our community is right now, but I want more, and I think we can grow both larger and go deeper as well. So, a few days ago I started playing around with and testing a new service that I think is going to be awesome for all of us. Let me give you the who, what, when, why, where, how, and how much, but not necessarily in that order. First, part of the what. What is it? It's Nirvana. Well, not really, but I do think this is pretty neat and has a ton of potential. I set up a pseudo chat, pseudo forum thing for the reloading community at reloading.slack.com. I know as soon as I said that, several of you are thinking, I'm not sure if I can handle another thing to keep up with. Unfortunately, I barely have time to keep up with what I've already got. Believe me, I understand that. I have a full-time job, 6 little kids, church and community responsibilities, and I posted 130 YouTube videos over the last year. I understand busy. I understand swamped, and believe it or not, I think this is actually going to help with that. Slack is a collaboration and communication tool used by several businesses and communities of interest. It has a lot of great and robust features, a web interface plus computer and mobile apps, and it's completely free. I believe our community using this service will prove to be an excellent way to develop solid connections with experienced and knowledgeable individuals. Chatting with people on a regular basis in an exclusive yet pretty laid-back atmosphere is a fantastic way to develop strong relationships. My current thinking is that this could be a bit like the group chat on the YouTube live streams, but a whole lot better. Slack kind of looks like a forum, but it's more of a persistent real-time chat solution. Folks really seem to like the community chat feature of the YouTube live chats, but the chat disappears as soon as the live stream broadcast is done. Slack enables community conversations where the conversations are real-time or near real-time. It's kind of similar to a forum in the way it's organized, but really it's more of an ongoing chat to share ideas with like-minded individuals in near real-time and not have to think about posts from 4 years ago. It has some of the benefits of a forum, but without some of the annoyances of forums. So, with all the communications options that already exist, why should you be interested in this one? Well, from my perspective, I'm currently very connected, but none of the current technologies fully address the needs of this community. Right now I get emails from folks, I get YouTube private messages, I get public and private comments on Patreon, I get public comments on various YouTube videos, but they're tied to the specific videos and not searchable, and I get some private chats on my Facebook page. Each of those options has issues, and most of that information is not necessarily private in nature, but it's also not accessible to the rest of the community. If it is, it's hard to find and it takes a bunch of digging and work to get there. The Slack community will centralize a lot of that and make it much more accessible to the larger community. If we use it smartly, it will consolidate and centralize a lot of different communication methods for us. Like several YouTubers, I have a Facebook page. The way to set up encourages folks to send messages directly to me, but not necessarily to the other folks on that page. Also, not everyone likes to use Facebook, and it's not very good for searching for information that's been posted. There's no multi-person private chat, and that becomes awkward in Facebook Messenger. There's no division of conversation based on topic, just a page tied to a person or a YouTube channel. Also, there's no cross-mingling of communities. The similar but separate communities stay stovepiped and separate. Google Hangouts, just like a telephone, is good for direct communicating, but it relies on established relationships, or relationships established in another venue. YouTube comments are tied to specific videos and not searchable. A lot of folks shy away from any comments that are not related to the video topic. YouTube's private message system is archaic, and it only allows conversations sent to content creators, not to other viewers. There's no group messaging, it's not searchable, and it often has notification issues. Email has similar issues to the other things already mentioned, and people don't want to advertise their email address for fear of spam, understandably. Twitter, I think it has some sort of messaging thing, maybe, I have no idea. There's some good forums out there, but which one should I get to for each topic, and who has time to read through the 90-page threads? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to easily communicate with all the folks in this community unhindered? Slack is going to allow us to do that. So, who is this for? I believe this is going to serve the needs of YouTube content creators, their viewers, and any other shooters, reloaders, and bullet casters. It's a closed community in the sense that you have to be invited to get an account, but we're inviting anyone that shows an interest. Consider this your invitation. Invite your friends. This is not at all intended to be a loads of bacon community. This is a place for anyone that wants to discuss, teach, or learn about anything shooting, firearms, or reloading related. In fact, please advertise it to your viewers and your friends. I built the initial framework, but it's not mine, it's all of ours. Let's talk a little bit more about what it is and what it's not. Slack is a service used by millions of people. Most of the users are corporations, and for the features they need, they pay quite a bit of money. The service has been around for a few years and it's worth a few $1 billion. They offer a free version, and for our use, it will serve us just fine. If you've heard of Internet Relay Chat or IRC or Merc before, it's fairly similar in function. If you haven't heard of them, that's fine. Now that I've tested Slack for a few days with about a dozen folks, I see it as kind of like being in a building or at a party. There are multiple channels set up, which are like smaller rooms where each of the conversations is tied to a particular topic. Some folks are discussing reloading equipment, and some are discussing molds for cast bullets. Others are discussing 3-gun and IDPA, while other discussions are happening concerning the Kentucky Patriots YouTube channel. You can bounce around to see which of the many conversations you want to take part in or listen to, and you can take part in as many or as few of the conversations as you desire. You also have the opportunity to pull in individual or small group of folks to the side to dive deeper into conversation in private rooms. The crowd can be there, but we as individual users can get particular about what channels we choose to join and participate in. Slack is not an alternative platform to post videos or to generate revenue. It's really a semi-private environment to interact with the YouTube shooters and reloaders we know and trust. It's an opportunity for us to communicate with each other without being tied to specific YouTube videos and without the fear that Google or YouTube is monitoring our comments, seeking excuses to issue strikes against us. By the way, let me cover the entirety of the community guidelines we've established. No porn, sexually explicit or suggestive material. Keep the community friendly and respectful. No spam. No non-stop self-promotion. Members of this community represent multiple generations, nations, perspectives, and levels of experience. Please avoid inappropriate or offensive language, comments, and harassment. And finally, have fun. That's it. There's no one assigned to be a conversation traffic cop, but at the same time, we'll give any nasty trolls the boot. So I know you're asking now, where is this wonderful place and how do I get there? I'm glad you asked. I'll put a link in the video description as well as in a pinned comment. The link will take you to a form that asks for your email address. I need your address in order to send you an invitation from within Slack. After you receive the invitation email, you'll log in by going to reloading.slack.com. Again, go to the link in the description or in the pinned comment and enter your email address in the form so that I can send you an invitation from within Slack. You can begin requesting your account now. I will get the invitations all sent as soon as possible. I know there's several of you that will say, I'm not so computer savvy, but in the coming hours I will post another video and it will show how to get your account set up and show how to adjust a few of the options and how to navigate the service. There are a couple navigation quirks at first, but we'll cover those. If you can read your email, you're computer savvy enough to use this. And just so you know, once you set up your account, your email address is not visible to the other users, only the username that you choose. If you want to try it out, you could choose a username that is different than what you use on YouTube, and then change it later if you decide that this is something you'd like to continue to participate in. You can access Slack from a web browser, and there are also Windows and Mac apps for desktops, and iOS and Android apps for phones and tablets. Again, this is free, and it's awesome, and you want to join the party. Listen, I know you probably weren't looking for one more new thing in your life, but please join me in at least trying this out. I've never been allowed to sit at the cool kids table, so I built my own, and I'd love it if you'd join me, even if only for a few minutes. This is an experiment that I think is worth a try. All I ask is that you commit to sign up before you go to sleep today, that you get your profile set up and jump into your desired channels by tomorrow, and then you try it out for at least a few minutes every day for the next 7 days. I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks, and God bless.